is time for our next contest, and it is scheduled for one fall.
RCW Royal Crown Wrestling Emerge rolls on. After that unbelievable announcement from John Cena Sr. for an unsanctioned match later tonight. But for now, we have a singles contest on our hands. And coming down to the ring first, according to my notes here, is none other than Puerto Rican former MMA fighter Frank Rola, making his RCW debut tonight. He's been around the squared circle now and then over the past couple of years, but it's definitely not his home turf, so to speak. I've heard reports that he was training for a different opponent tonight than the one that he will be facing, but he seems more annoyed by this than shaken, more amped up to unleash his frustration on the matter. Frank Rola, known for his striking, a little bit of shadow boxing there. You can see the speed of his uppercuts at close range. However, he does not have to rely on being in close range in order to really lay the smackdown on his opponent. But who will his opponent be tonight? We are unaware, as is Frank Rola. Lights are going down. An ominous silence here. Waiting for Brother Moon is right. Frank Rola's opponent. He wants to dip his toes and get his feet wet in the world of professional wrestling. This is a hell of a way to be introduced. His first opponent coming down through the fog, the diabolical Brother Moon, Revan. A regular of Royal Crown Wrestling, as you can hear by the emphatic shouts from the crowd. Unnerving slasher villain of the New England scene. Typically on the lookout for new members to indoctrinate into his Brother Moon cult. However, he's been rambling less and less about it lately, becoming lost in thought as to his monstrous sense of self. Or for the crowd, certainly knows him from his past antics, although antics is a very light way to put it. Zombie-like in his pursuit, Revan does not necessarily move at the highest pace. Always taking the time to analyze his opponent, to analyze his surroundings. But even though he doesn't move very quickly, his momentum is nigh unstoppable when he gets going. Frank Rola's got a hell of a test tonight. Revan is an uncompromising pop quiz for anyone wanting to become a wrestler. Revan is not necessarily unbeatable, but he's someone that you do not want to have at close range. You will not be able to take him down with raw strength alone. This man will not go down, and if he does ever go down, he will always get back up. Less of a man, more of a monster, more of a machine. Revan requires his opponents to have some sort of tactic on hand that can avoid locking up with him. Frank Rola is going to have a real nightmare on his hands trying to deal. Well, Frank Rola feeling confident, not too taken aback by Revan's mind games here. That may come to his advantage, or it may be a double-edged sword, keeping him from slipping into discomfort, but also perhaps causing him to underestimate Revan's sheer brutality. Much more than a man in a mask, Revan is a movement. Speaking of movement, he has moved his way into the ring. Revan has finished Scouting his surroundings, he is ready for a fight. He is ready to take down Frank Rola. Revan taking his traditional stance, palms together at the ready. Form of standing meditation by Brother Moon Revan, the diabolical one.
The participants in this contest. First, in the corner to my left, wrestles out of Toronto, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 185 pounds. This is Frank Rola.
Frank Rola ready to roll on through.
And his opponent, standing next to me, wrestles on the marker of ages 7, weighing in at 246 pounds. He is the diabolical Brother Moon Revan!
Brother Moon Revan has not moved from the spot in the center of the ring that he takes hostage at the start of every match.
Are you ready? Ring the bell!
Brother Moon Revan, statue-like, trying to lure his opponents in like some sort of siren. And Frank Rola is answering the call. Bit confused, and Revan on his feet, locking up. Frank Rola very nearly had Revan there, but Revan turning on his heel, using the leverage to turn Frank Rola back into the corner. Revan analyzing his opponent after having completed scouting his surroundings. Frank Rola trying to shake it off. Frank Rola again. Oh my God! Flipping over the top rope, Frank Rola sent tumbling almost into the crowd by Revan. Revan is a man known for his efficient, explosive maneuvers of all kinds. Is not as sprightly as Frank Rola, but when he decides to make his move, he always makes it at the right time. But Frank Rola now trying to take hold of the arm, using the wrist control for an arm drag, ducking underneath, springboard! Oh, springboard forearm caught by Revan, but Frank Rola refusing to let it get him down onto the shoulders of Brother Revan, the counter. But Frank Rola ducking the lariat, not really having a plan of attack, not expecting Brother Moon Revan to simply remain standing there. A pillar of durability. Frank Rola, his confidence and his brutal background, unrelenting upbringing, lending him to not being affected by Revan's mind games. And constantly on the offensive, never giving any of Brother Revan's counter-attacks a chance to give him the initiative. Oh my God! A schoolboy followed by a rolling enziguri from the mat. Incredible roundhouse from Frank Rola here. What the hell does he have planned here? He's already got Brother Moon Revan tumbling to the outside. And Frank Rola with a cocky fake dive to the outside, beckoning Brother Moon Revan in, and he has baited him successfully. Frank Rola with mind games of his own, but not enough to prevent the sidewalk slam counter from Brother Moon Revan, who goes for the pin. 2.5. Frank Rola reaching for the lights. Dazed and confused, Frank Rola is. Huge clubbing blow to the back. Frank Rola trying to keep himself on his 2 feet, does not want to get sent down to the mat. But he just keeps letting himself get back into range of Brother Moon Revan. Oh, kick to the gut, the egotism of Frank Rola. Oh, leads to him getting scoop slammed by Brother Moon Revan, followed by a brutally efficient stomp straight to the center of the chest, hooking the leg. 2.5 again. Frank Rola relying on some instincts here. Rear waist lock on the ground. Trying to squeeze the life out of Frank Rola here. Frank Rola's egotism is keeping him from falling into an early despair, but it's also getting in the way of him capitalizing on his previous advantageous situations, but he's always able to finagle his way into a new one with that hammerlock from the front. Knee to the gut, elbow strike to the head. Frank Rola going for an Irish whip, countered into a whip from Brother Moon Revan, who picks him up, fall away, slam, straight down to the mat. Frank Rola eating that, and his spine is not appreciating the meal. Frank Rola has some incredible athleticism and potential, but he needs to get his head in the game. He needs to focus on Brother Moon Revan. Brother Moon Revan with that inverted headlock backbreaker, one of the cleanest and, again, most efficient moves in a wrestler's arsenal, and a personal favorite of mine. 2 count. Frank Rola kicks out again, but Brother Moon Revan has been on a consistent attack here. Brother Moon Revan is a deceptively smart wrestler. Oh my God! Frank Rola leaping into the air, got that triangle choke, countering the choke slam into a choke of his own, but Brother Moon Revan powering his way out. Frank Rola's in trouble. No, but he manages to keep the wherewithal to punch his way. Oh my God! Spinning head kick, knocking Brother Moon Revan out of this dimension. Frank Rola dragging him to the corner. Frank Rola springing his way to the top rope. What the hell does he have planned here? Frank Rola powering up. 450 splash! Frank Rola, that has to be it. And it is. The 3 count goes through, and Frank Rola is your victor, taking out Brother Moon Revan in quite a telling style. Frank Rola, athletic freak. No roadblocks in this man's brain. Constantly on the offensive, never letting up, for better or for worse, and in this case, definitely for the better. Frank Rola, an incredible debut here at Royal Crown Wrestling, not even having the full report on his opponent and still being able to feel his way out of it, being able to feel his way to a victory, showing off some incredible maneuvers in the process. What a victory by Frank Rola here tonight. Frank Rola feeling himself as he should. What a bright future he's got ahead of him. And Revan, music has gone quiet in respect for Brother Moon Revan, who might be beaten, but like any good slasher villain, he's ready for the sequel.